Hey guys, finally he sleeps here, back again with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're taking a look at Dune Herald Zaharis. I picked him up, I think a week and a half ago as part of, I think, the Fusion. I think that's where it was. I grabbed him during the Fusion for Beastbane, and I was unfamiliar with him right out of the gate, although he does look like my dad, minus the helmet. But I think when I pulled him immediately, there were a couple of people that said, you'll love him in Hydra, which is kind of where he's kind of targeted toward. I have been building him a little bit by a little bit. I think we threw him together on stream right away just to see, and we used it for a gear enhancement event. But then I went ahead and built him once the free gear re-gearing 2-week for community weeks was open, and I've thrown a bunch of books during the last clan versus clan at him. He's not fully booked. He's 3 of 4 on A1, 4 of 6 on his A2. Nothing towards his booming voice. It's block debuffs, and that one I would like to get down to 3 turns. His A1 is a 1 enemy hit, but what's big about it is it has a 75% chance, which becomes a 100% chance. Yeah. Well, no. Because it's a debuff spread, it's not necessarily placing a buff or debuff. I don't think that runs to 100. It has, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a 100% chance or not, because it depends on if it's. It should. It probably should go to 100%. But he's not really placing a buff or a debuff. He's spreading. He's applying a debuff spread. That one I'm not quite sure about how that's going to work out with their wording and the way it is set up, but that allows you to take 2 random debuffs from 1 head on Hydra and spread it across all the heads. That is big, and that is his A1. His A2 is a 5 turn that I've cooled down to 4. If I fully book it, it'll take it down to 3 turns. Attacks 1 enemy before attacking, 75% chance of stealing all buffs from the enemy. Then applies a buff spread, taking all buffs from the champion and placing them on all allies. So his A1 debuff spread, A1 steals, and a buff spread. So he's constantly keeping your squad in power against the Hydra. Then he places a block buffs and a block active skill on the target for 2 turns. But it's a single enemy hit. So it's a full spread, steal, and block buffs and block active skills, but then his A1 comes in and spreads it. So those two work together, and when you're dealing with something like Hydra, that is spectacular. Places 1 intercept stack on a target ally, which allows allows you to negate the crowd, like a crowd control buff. Also places a block debuffs and an increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. So we got increased speed and block debuffs on all allies, and then you're placing an intercept on 1. That is a 5-turn unbooked, fully books to 3 turns, which I would like to get there. The other big thing is his speed aura is 20% in all battles, which fantastic for Hydra. And then his Wings of Victory passive at the start of the round places a 50% increase accuracy buff on all allies for 3 turns. Whenever a debuff on an enemy is removed, expires, or has its duration decrease, fills this champion's turn meter by 5%. Fantastic. I love what he brings to everything. Could not wait to test him out in Hydra. First, though, I figured, what are we going to build him in? And I went a full protection set because he's placing buffs. I want to be able to protect the buffs, and I figured this would give me my best chance in Hydra, where it's going to steal anything it gets its hands on. So I went with a full 9-piece protection on here and did everything I could to kind of max this out for HP Defense, I feel, is low. I feel like I could get a lot more defense out of this. Accuracy, 351. I went ahead and fully booked him for accuracy and defense. I do feel like I need to push those defensive numbers just a little bit more. I think I could reascend some of these. See, I've got room to grow here for defense in the back. Attack. See, I don't need attack on the gauntlets. That I can probably rework and get a better speed boots. God, those are some good boots. Shielded defense. That can increase. That can increase. See, I've got more defense coming through the ascensions. But I mean, I could adjust this a little bit, but I feel like I kind of booked him out. I geared him up pretty strong for this. So the next step is Nightmare Test. This is the very first run of Dune Herald Zaharis. Let's see, Hydra ends here pretty soon, and one keying Nightmare is not a problem on my account. It's not an issue with that, but I've been trying to find a way to get into a much higher clash points for Hydra, so that I can max out my the rewards for the clash. I want 1.2 billion clash points per week with 3 keys, and I've been falling in around the 600,000 to 800,000 realm, and the rest of my clan is able to kind of keep me in line with all of that. But I think Dune Herald Zaharis, along with my best team, may be enough to do it. So let's check that out. Now, a message from our newest sponsor, Aptoide. Here's your chance for a secret promo code in Raid. To get started, use my link to download Aptoide on your PC or Android device and install or update Raid Shadow Legends. For a limited time right now, this will also earn you bonus resources inside the game. What is Aptoide? That's easy. Aptoide is an alternative Android app store that is partnered with Raid to give you more for your hard-earned cash. Next, you'll need to install the APTOIDE Wallet, which is 100% fast and safe. Before you make a purchase, use my promo code SLEEP to receive an extra bonus of up to 25% in all your purchases in Raid. It's that easy. Here is the squad. I've got Dune Herald Zaharis in because of his aura, the speed aura. He is in the lead. Marius, my best nut. That is my damage dealing nut. And Lydia for decrease defense and weaken. There is my full protection setup. Duchess, and then who is it? Python. No, Sulfurion, who's bringing the HP burn to this. So the plan here is a lot of protected buffs between Duchess and Dune Herald, and Dune Herald should be able to keep everybody stacked with buffs and keep the Hydra heads unstacked. If I can keep his, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm pumped to see what kind of numbers. We're already doubling up the turn count, and I have a sneaky suspicion this one may go the distance. I may be able to get the distance out of this one, and then be able to feel like I'm actually contributing to Hydra Clash rather than just reaping the rewards, because that's what I do. I feel like coming into this, I've got a couple of clanmates who have some pretty strong teams that are dominating in Hydra, and I'm always in that bottom fourth of the clan, and I feel bad. Like I'm one keying Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard every week, so I'm getting my max rewards. But when it comes into the clash, I need more. You need more. Like I feel I'm fine on Chimera, I'm fine on Clan Boss, but I just haven't put the effort in beyond just max rewards to say that I'm actually contributing to something. And I feel like Zaharis might be where it comes from, might be where the shift is. Marius is already dead. How did the horsey go down so fast? I mean, we'll bring him back quick, but The turn count is what it's going to be. So, yeah, Marius dying right out of the gate. Let's see if we can kind of push this a little bit stronger. Marius lays down some massive damage, though. I think I've used a lot of the quick battles already, just testing to see what kind of numbers I would get on the other team. I was messing with Beastbane at the same time, so I haven't seen any numbers for Zaharis coming through. I just want to, so I have no expectations. I would love to see anything above. I'm honestly, I would be ecstatic with anything triple digits. 100 million or higher would be great. 150 million or higher, I would be on cloud 9 if it runs a full turn meter count. If it times out because we max the turn meter, that would be unbelievably epic. That's kind of the hope here. But yeah, we're running what, half to the boss turn count. All right, we'll check back. We'll skip back, and this is going to be like a 30-minute run, so we'll skip ahead a little bit. All right, so the numbers are turning in at 58 million for 48 turns, and that's looking really good. Everybody's in this. I don't have any issues with, I'm not having any problems keeping anybody alive. Eventually, as it gets into a higher turn count, it'll be a little bit more difficult to keep the champions in it because of the devouring rate, and you're not going to have enough time. But I feel like between Marius and Nut as damage dealers, that I should be able to keep everybody safe for quite a while. But I am getting some big hits. And if you can go 1 for 1 and last it out, it's about 150 million. And I'm running turn counts ahead. I'm at 63 for 52. So this looking good. Let's check back at about 100 boss turn count and see what the deal is. All right, 99. We're 21 minutes into this thing already. I feel like I've got a long way to go. But there's 100 turn count, and we're at 118 million damage. I am already surpassing expectations. I feel like 150 million is not going to be hard to reach. 150 million is completely doable with this. Zaharis is still at about 3/4 health, even despite the debuffs that are on it. I need some of these debuffs to get stripped to be able to control it. But as long as we can get back, let's see oh, that's what it was. It was Sulfurion had been devoured. All right, let's check in. We'll come back here. We'll see how far we can make it. We'll be back in a second just to see with the numbers. Let's see. If I can hit 150 mil, we'll come back in 150 mil. Just to see what turn count we're at that point. All right, 148, 151. Bam, that did it. That took it over. Yes, and we're only at 124 turns. Everybody is still in it. See, Duchess is about to lose it, but Sulfuri can bring her right back. She is on the verge of death. Can we keep her in it? One big hit's going to take her out. There it goes down one of the heads. I think we're going to be okay. 152 mil. I'm pumped. Let's see how far this goes. Okay, we're coming up on 175 turns. Boss turns. It's not total turn count, but that's boss turns. And we're at 195 mil. We haven't even gotten to the warning yet. We're 35 minutes into this, though. We haven't seen the turn count warning start to spread, but it is looking like 200 million is completely possible. A couple big hits by either Marius or Blessed Bash from Nut is going to push it over 200 mil. In fact, I just want to see it. I want to see it roll over 200. Okay, still 197. Did it. 201. All right, let's come back at the turn count warning and see what kind of final numbers we can push on this. Yes, 200 mil. All right, there it is. The boss turn counts at 200. Turn limit of 1,000. That was 1,500. Must be. It's just 1,000 for Hydra. So 1,000 turn limit count is up, and we are at what, 962. So it's gonna. That's about where it's gonna be. 215 mil, maybe 220. Marius is MIA right now. We still have. We're missing Nut and Marius. One of them is in his mouth, and he's gone. So damage dealers are done. There goes Dune Herald. I want to go to the turn limit. Can we at least get to the turn limit? What, 15 turns? 13 turns? 12? I want to turn limit it. And at that point, I feel like I can add damage. I can add damage to this. Maybe make some adjustments or change some of the champions out. Okay. Should be done right here. Is that it? No. 9. Come on, that's over 1,000 turns. There it is. Okay. 212 million. That is hands down a personal best. 849 million clash points. It's not quite a billion clash points yet. I think I can push this over. I think I can get a billion out of it. A little bit better on Nut might be at his limit. Marius might be at his limit, but I feel like I can push everybody else just a little bit. So Furion I can push a little bit just to see, can we get more out of this? And yeah, I might experiment next week and see if I can get more damage. I'm getting a let's see, there's that big bump on the aura from Lydia. Would I be better off having Marius in the lead with defense bump for the damage coming from Marius and Nut than I am out of the speed bump from Zaharis? So that's the experiment next week. Overall, though, unbelievable. Completely stoked on this. That is a number I can be proud of for Hydra Clash. I'm no complaints there. Dune Herald Zaharis build. Unbelievable. He's definitely one of my favorite champions right now, just because what he has allowed me to do here for this. Finally, he sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.